what is happening? Today we are going to discuss physics for your TGT exam. So, the first topic is Newton's laws of motion, and we'll be discussing in short about that, whatever it is needed. जोटा आपण मानक ପାଇଁ ଦରକାର ଅଛି ତାକୁ ହିଁ ମିଶିକି ଆମେ discuss କରିବା. So, Newton's laws of motion. So, we are going for Newton's laws of motion. Newton का तीनोटी नियम. There are three laws of motion given by Newton. First law of motion, second law of motion, third law of motion. The first law is saying, first law कौन कहूची? Everybody will continue in the state of rest or uniform motion in a single direction unless and until external force is applied. Now, in this statement, what can be asked in your examination? That is very important. So, first law is saying everybody will continue in the state of rest or uniform motion. Uniform motion. Everyone will try to maintain the state of rest or uniform motion unless and until external force is applied. That means body will try to maintain its state either of a rest or motion. जे रेस्ट रे अछि से रेस्ट रे रहबा को चाहूची जे मोशन रे अछि मोशन माने कोभले मोशन हम कहू जे यूनिफॉर्म मोशन व्हाट इज दिस यूनिफॉर्म मोशन ता माने जदि जण गोटे कांस्टेंट स्पीड रे मूव करूची सेही स्पीड रे मूव करिबा को चेष्टा करिवो आउ कोन एठी कहूची गोटे स्पेसिफिक डायरेक्शन गोटे सेम डायरेक्शन रे मूव करिबा को चेष्टा करिवो स्पीड एज वेल एज डायरेक्शन. सो गोटे बॉडी सपोज ये बॉडीटा हला ये कौन होचे बा रेस्ट रे अछि से रेस्ट रे रही ये जो प्रॉपर्टीटा अछि एटा को कहा गला इनर्शिया. Inertia is the ability of a body to remain in its own state. ସିଏ ନିଜର state ରେ ରହିବାକୁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବ that is called inertia. What is inertia? Ability to maintain its state. What is the state? It's a state of rest. Example कौन ही परिवो गोटे बॉल पड़ीची रास्ता रे फील्ड रे पड़ीची से पड़ीकी रही जदि आमे ताको किक मारने से कोन होची मूव करता एक्सटर्नल फोर्स इज यूज यदि को कांस्टेंट मूव रे वेलोसिटी और कांस्टेंट स्पीड रे मूव करूची आमे कहला इनर्शिया ऑफ मोशन. Inertia of motion. Then in a particular direction it is called as inertia of direction. Direction ता माने सेम डायरेक्शन रे मूव करी गोटे बॉल जाउची सेही डायरेक्शन रे जीवो तमे जदि तार डायरेक्शन चेंज करबा को पड़ची ताहा हेले ताको एक्सटर्नल फोर्स देबा को पड़िबो. एग्जांपल द बॉल को आमे रोटेट करेबा around a point then you need to apply some external force that is string टा छै string सब भिड़ी के धरतीबो नहले कोन हबो बॉल बाहर को पड़े ता direction change होची every time direction is being changed to change the direction you need to apply external force. So first law का विषय रे कहला first law कहला जे प्रत्येक बॉडी निज स्टेट को मेंटेन करबा को चेष्टा करंती either it is in rest or motion or in a single direction which is called inertia. सेटा को हम कहल inertia बोली जोटा प्रॉपर्टी बोली कंसीडर करा गला and ताको चेंज करिया पई कोन दरकार एक्सटर्नल फोर्स ताको चेंज करिया पई कोन दरकार एक्सटर्नल फोर्स. सो एठु हमें कोन जानले व्हाट इज एक्सटर्नल फोर्स. External force is that which changes or try to change or try to change the inertia of a body. यानी कि से inertia of rest हो, inertia of motion हो, inertia of direction हो. इधर inertia change हो तब next हम फोर्स दरकार. ता माने first law of motion gives us the definition of a force. Which law gives the definition of a force? Answer is first law of Newton. So first law of Newton gives the definition of force that can be asked in your examination. Example नहीं पढ़े तो हमें तीनटा inertia विषय में जान ले. There are three inertias. So we have discussed about हमें कहाँ विषय discuss करनी चाहिए? Inertia विषय discuss करनी चाहिए. Inertia, inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. Inertia को change କରାଯିବ କେମିତି? External force ରେ. Force. What is the definition of a force? Changes the inertia. Inertia of rest. Example कौन होगा? Stone lies on the surface. Correct. ଆଉ ଯଦି ଆମେ ନେଇଯିବା ତାହେଲେ କଣ ହେଇପାରିବ? And another one thing is that କି ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବି inertia of rest को define କରୁଛି ତ example ରେ କଣ ଆସିପାରିବ? ଯେତେବେଳେ ବସ୍ ରେ ଆମେ suddenly ବସିଛୁ, sudden move कला बस during sudden starting of a vehicle. तब देखिए जो बाइक रे बसला बेले sudden start ହେଇगला ମାନେ ପଛକୁ move କରି जाती. During sudden starting of a vehicle we lean backward. काहे कि हम बॉडी पाखरे inertia पर rest ଅଛି. Suddenly move कला बेले कौन होची? That means the portion which is connected to the vehicle starts moving, but upper portion जेहेतु inertia पर rest है तो से rest नहीं होगा चेष्टा करियो. That is an example. So when we are considering inertia of rest, inertia of rest can be that way understood by during sudden starting of a vehicle we lean backward because of inertia of rest. सेମିତି inertia of motion कौन है परिबो? During sudden stopping, बस चालू sudden stop हो गया. ताले कौन हो? जाऊँची गाड़ी sudden break. हम आगो को move कर जाते. This property, this thing is basically understood from inertia of motion. Then inertia of direction. Direction कौन को हम गाड़ी sudden turning लेने. बॉडी चाहूँ सीधा ଯିବା ପାଇଁ କିନ୍ତୁ vehicle କଣ କଲାନି ଟର୍ନ ନେଇଗଲାନି ରାଇଟ ଟର୍ନ ହଉ କିମ୍ବା ଲେଫ୍ଟ ଟର୍ନ ହଉ ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ କଣ ଫିଲ୍ କରନ୍ତି ଆମେ ବାହାରକୁ ଫୋପାଡ଼ି ହେଲା ଭଳିଆ ଫିଲ୍ କରନ୍ତି we feel like thrown away during sudden turn taking sudden turn that is called as inertia of direction but how to find this inertia ତା ମାନେ inertia को define କେମିତି କରିବେ तो amount of motion जदि मु जानी गली ताले मु कहि पारि तार इनर्शिया कोन अछि तो अमाउंट ऑफ मोशन को डिफाइन करिया पे गोटे टर्म यूज करा जाय दैट इज कॉल्ड एज मोमेंटम and this is represented by small p which is the product of mass and velocity mass multiplied by velocity is called as momentum ता माने in case of rest what is the velocity velocity is equals to 0 so what is the momentum that is mass multiplied by velocity which is 0 जदि momentum 0 अछि ता माने बॉडी टा रेस्ट रे अछि যদি মোমেন্টাম কনস্টান্ট আছে মানে কোন ধরে যে মাস মাল্টিপ্লাইড বাই ভেলোসিটি তা মানে ইয়ার কোন হলা ইনার্সিয়া অফ মোশন ইজ কনস্টান্ট ইনার্সিয়া অফ মোশন so momentum talks about inertia or amount of motion contained in a body is being represented by momentum तो यार यूनिट कौन होगा but the unit mass रहला kg velocity रहला meter per second so here we can say this is kg meter per second what is the dimensional formula df that is equals to m l t multiplication hope it is clear so we can go to the next part that means significance of a first law of Newton. Newton's first law, significance. It is saying, it is giving us the idea about inertia. Inertia विषय कौन It is giving us the idea of a definition of a force. Force definition विषय कौन Inertia कौन माने it is talking about the momentum. Momentum विषय कौन Okay, this is the significance of first law. Now let us go to the second law, which is important. ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଲ କଣ କହିଲା କି ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ଲ କହୁଛି ଯେ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ବଡିର କେତେ ମୋମେଣ୍ଟମ ଅଛି, ଇନର୍ସିଆ କେତେ ଅଛି, ତାକୁ ଆମେ ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ କରୁଛେ ପି ହିସାବରେ। ତ ସେ ଯଦି ଆମେ ଫୋର୍ସ କୁ ଆନାଲାଇଜ କରିବା ତାହେଲେ ଫୋର୍ସ କଣ କରୁଛି, ଇନର୍ସିଆକୁ ଚେଞ୍ଜ କରୁଛି। ଯେତିକି ରେଟରେ ଇନର୍ସିଆ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହଉଛି, the rate of force apply होगी. So here what we say, the rate of change of momentum is itself called as force. तामान force को modify क्यों करी परिवी? Force is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. So second law is saying amount of a force. Amount of a force. How much is the amount of a force? Directly proportional to rate of change of momentum. That means second law gives us the idea about quantitative definition of a force. That means how much is the force? Force is equals to d by dt of mv, which is equals to m into dv dividing by dt. And what is dv dividing by dt? That is acceleration, mass into acceleration, which is called as force. So force is equals to mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration. When we consider this is when we consider the mass remains constant and the velocity changes. But when mass varies, mass changes, but velocity remains constant. ସେତେବେଳେ କଣ ହବ? Constant. ଯେମିତି ମୁଁ କହିଲି ଯେ ଗୋଟେ ବସ୍ତାରେ ବାଲି ଅଛି, ଗୋଟେ ସାଇକେଲ ବାଲା ଚଲେଇ ଯାଉଛି, ସେ ବାଲି ବସ୍ତାରେ ଗୋଟେ କଣ ହେଇଛି, ସେଠି କଣ ଧୀରେ 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 ତଳକୁ ପଡିଗଲା। ତ ଏଠି ସିଏ ଯେତିକି ଫୋର୍ସ ଆପ୍ଲାଇ କରୁଥିଲା, तो सेम फोर्स ताको अप्लाई करिया को पड़िबो कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी पाई, ना धीरे धीरे अधिका फोर्स अप्लाई करिया को पड़िबो, धीरे कम फोर्स अप्लाई करिया को पड़िबो। बाली जदी कांस्टेंटली फ्लो करी तळ को पड़ जाउ तबने लोड कम होची माने फ्रिक्शन कम जनरेट होची, बिकॉज़ फ्रिक्शन फोर्स डिपेंड ऑन नॉर्मल रिएक्शन। नॉर्मल रिएक्शन रे कम आसुची ताहा हेले और फ्रिक्शन फोर्स कम आसुची ताको कम फोर्स अप्लाई करिया को पड़िबो। In that context, when the mass remains or mass changes, velocity remains constant, city कौन है जो force is equals to d by dt of mv, which is equals to v constant, v coming out, this is mass flow rate m dot, which is considered as the m dot multiplied by v. So here what is the unit of a force? Unit कौन है जीवो? Unit है जीवो kg meter per second square, which is also called as Newton. Newton ताको जदि CGS एटा ऐसा यूनिट रहेला, जदि हम CGS यूनिट देखिबा ताले कोन हे जिवो? CGS यूनिट है kg को चेंज को ले 10 to the power 3 ग्राम, मीटर हला 10 to the power 2 सेंटीमीटर per second square, which is equal to 10 to the power 5 ग्राम centimeter per second square, and this term is called as diameter. So here we say 1 Newton is equals to 10 to the power of 5 diameter. And what is the dimensional formula? That is equals to m l t minus 2. कहीं kg meter per second square, kg रे कौन हला m, meter रे हला l, second square plate is dt to the power minus 2. So this is your second law. So second law का विषय रिकूची, second law Newton. Second law talks about second law का विषय रिकूची quantitative definition of a force. Quantitative definition of a force. Second law talks about quantitative definition of force. How much is that? F is equals to d by dt of mv. तम जो हिसाब रे पढिलो से हिसाब तम डेफिनेशन डिराइव करि परिबो जे f टा केते हबो, ठीक अछि। तो एठी जदि देखा जाय हमकु f is equals to जदि मास कांस्टेंट मुनेली m into dv dividing by dt, जदि टिके मु ताको चेंजेस करे e dt टा को एपट साइड को नै आसी, f into dt is equals to m into dv. That is force multiplied by change of time, which is equals to mass multiplied by v2 minus v1, which is equals to m into v2 minus m into v1, which is equals to p2 minus p1. is equals to delta P or change in momentum. ता माने फोर्स केते टाइम पाई अप्लाई हला that itself is called as change माने मु जाउची मो पर फोर्स अप्लाई होती जति की फोर्स अप्लाई हेतिबो से कोन करबो मोर मोमेंटम को चेंज करबो जदि सेम डायरेक्शन अछि बढ़ेबो अपोजिट डायरेक्शन कमेबो सिंपल कथा this theorem is called as इटा को कोन कहा जाय तब the force acted for a small time interval क्या कहा जाय impulse इटा कहा जाय impulse and the theorem is called as impulse momentum theory. This is called as impulse momentum theory. What is this impulse momentum theory? ये चाहिए ये कहूची जे f multiplied by dt equals to m multiplied by dv. ता माने let us consider ମୁଁ कोन कली एटा को constant बोली चूज कर भाबिने जे momentum change is constant. যদি momentum change ता constant अछि ताहाले कोन हबो एटा जदि constant टर्म हैला ताहाले f multiplied by dt भी constant रहबो जदि f multiplied by dt constant अछि जदि मु dt टा को बढ़ाई देली ताहाले फोर्स अप्लाई कोन हबो कमी जिवो जदि मु dt टा को कमे देली फोर्स अप्लाई कर ता माने जने जो हीरो विलेन को मारे उसका वजह ए गला गालरे बाटिला सेतबे जदि कोन धीरे धीरे टाइम ऑफ कोलिजन इज इंक्रीजिंग then obviously फोर्स कम आसे सेम मोमेंटम चेंज हो किंतु फोर्स कम आसे काट देखो बाड़ेला बेले कोन चटकणी मारला माने कोन हबो ना सडन बाजियो कोलिजन टाइम ऑफ कोलिजन विल बी लेसर टाइम ऑफ कोलिजन विल बी लेसर फोर्स विल बी हायर तो ता माने when a small when a large force is acted for a small time interval then it is called as impulse এটা को कहा गला कोन impulse बोल कहा but the unit of impulse ର unit कोन हबो that is same as that of of momentum and what is that one kg meter per second what is the dimensional formula ml t minus 1 ml hope it is clear या ऊपर क्वेश्चंस भी आसी परिबो the next one is Newton's third law. Newton's third law. What is this Newton's third law? We know that every action has equal and opposite reaction. And the condition kon hoche there must be two objects. There must be two objects. ता माने जड़े जन को कोन करिवो एक्शन देबो जड़े जदि एक्शन देला obviously से कोन पाइबो reaction paइबो this is the basic law and everybody knows about this one ଆମେ next videos रे या फिर details विषय जानबा so it is all about Newton's first law second law third law first law कोन कहू definition of a force impulse second law का विषय कहू quantitative definition of a force third law about action existence of a pair of force in the universe that is told by Newton's third law hope it is inertia that is first law which law that talks about the existence of a pair of forces in the universe that is third law which law gives the definition of a force that is the definition of a definition which law gives the quantitative definition of a force that is Newton's second law like that way we have already now let us go for some of the problems or MCQ in the form of numerical now when a ball of mass 5 kg now there is a ball mass 5 kg hits with a bat with a velocity 3 meter per second. Now here it hits with a velocity 3 meter per second. In the positive direction, now in the Cartesian coordinate system, along this direction is considered as a positive, along this direction is considered as positive, along this direction it is considered as negative, along this direction it is considered as negative. Now After it hits with the bat, it moves with a velocity 4 meter per second in the opposite direction. Now, after hitting, it returns back with a velocity 4 meter per second. Now, how much impulse that has been applied? Impulse formula called F into dt is equals to m into dv. Change in velocity. Mass है गला कहते हैं 5 kg. Velocity कितना है गला? Final velocity is 4, but minus 4. Why in the negative direction? Minus from 3. Okay. Or we can, so mass is 5 kg. Now dv, change in velocity. Now the velocity which is moving, we have taken positive direction which is moving along this direction, that is plus 3. This is plus 3. This is minus 4. Now change in velocity minus 4 minus plus a 3, so which is equals to 5 multiplied by minus 7, that is minus 35 kg meter per second. So here this minus sign represent it moves in the opposite direction or negative direction. That means it is moving along this side. So right answer is 35 kg meter per second, which is the unit of impulse. So this answer, it is very easy question. Let us go to the next one. Next one is a particle of mass 15 kg. Now see the difference of this particular question. Particle of mass 15 kg has an initial velocity of I cap minus 2j cap meter per second, collides with another one body, and the impact time is 0.1 second. The time delta t is equals to 0.1 second. Okay. Next, resulting a velocity, that means this is the final velocity, which is equals to 6i cap plus a 4j cap plus a 5k cap after impact. Then the average force of the impact is how much? What is this ijk in the Cartesian coordinate system? When we represent something, suppose represent some value, then we represent कि body co-direction रे जाउची, तो x रो unit quantity हला 1 unit जदि नै जिवा, तो x axis रे i cap, y axis रे j cap, z axis रे k cap. Unit value or modulus of ijk is how much? The modulus of ijk is 1 unit. Co-direction axis रे, तो मते जानिबार कोन अछि impact केते हला और बेसिकली average force केते हला. So आमे जानि force multiplied by delta t is equals to m into v2 minus of v1. मते एठी direction रे चिंता नाही किछि, positive कोटा negative कोटा चिंता नाही, काहे कि already ijk रे represent कि जहा अछि से ही रहबो. ଆମକୁ ଯଦି ପୁରା ମାଇନସ୍ ନେଇଯିବା ତ ଅପୋଜିଟ୍ ଡିରେକ୍ସନ ଆସିଯିବ. ସो ମତେ ଏଇ ଆଇ ଜେ କେ ନେଲା ମାନେ ମତେ କିଛି ଚିନ୍ତା ନାହିଁ ଡିରେକ୍ସନ ର. ତ ଏଠି ମୁଁ କଣ କହିପାରିବି? F multiplied by 0.1 is equals to mass is how much? 15 kg multiplied v2 minus v1. How? V2 means final velocity, that is 6 I cap plus 4 j cap plus 5 k cap curly bracket minus minus I cap minus 2 j cap. ठीक আছে, तो मते माइनस वेक्टर सब्ट्रैक्शन करिवार अछि. तो गोटे जिंस मन रखिता, आंबर रु आंब फेडिबो, पणस रु पणस फेडिबो, तापर आई आई सेवन आड हेबे नले सब्ट्रैक्ट हेबे. ठीक अछि, तो एडिशन एंड सब्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ द वेक्टर मन रखिबो, आंब 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 सहित केबे पणस आड हे परिबो. ठीक अछि, तो सेठी हम कोन कहि परिबा जे एठी मु जति कहबे टोटल रिजल्ट केता आसी 6 माइनस आई 6 रु 1 गला केतला 5 आई कैप 4 जे कैप माइनस ऑफ माइनस 2 जे कैप माने प्लस 4 2 6 6 जे कैप, तापर कोन हे गला प्लस 5 के कैप. इधर 0.1 अछि, तो f multiplied by 0.1 is this much. That means average force केते हि जेबो, एटा को एठी डिवाइड कर दिबी, that is 150 5i cap plus 6j cap plus 5k cap ता माने एटा कोन हे गला यार जदि मु मॉड्यूलस काढी देबी तर टोटल वैल्यू बाहर जीवो दैट इज 5 6 5 so answer is 150 5 6 5 ij के आंसर होबे ऑप्शन डी नॉट मच डिफिकल्ट खाली टिके बेसिक दिन से जानि बार अछि ठीक अछि होप इट इज क्लियर वी विल अगेन मीट इन द नेक्स्ट थैंक यू टिके कटा हबो